This is McLaren Vale week at the Real Review. We're featuring McLaren Vale all week, and today I'm tasting two interesting wines side by side which both represent classic styles of the McLaren Vale region. We have a Grenache Shiraz Mourvedre, which is otherwise known as a GSM. It's D'Arenberg and it's 2018 and it's called the Ironstone Pressings Grenache Shiraz Mourvedre. Right next to it we have a Cabernet, Hardy's Tintara Cabernet. Cabernet is perhaps not as famous in McLaren Vale as Shiraz and Grenache, but it has a history in the region which is just as long, and some of the most distinguished wines that have ever come out of the region in the distant past. Some of the famous wines of history have been Cabernet or Cabernet blends. I'm Hugh and Hook, and you're watching The Real Review. The wine we're tasting now is D'Arenberg, the Ironstone Pressings 2018, which is a Grenache Shiraz Mourvedre blend, and from McLaren Vale, of course. D'Arenberg, of course, is one of the great family wineries of McLaren Vale, with a history going back to 1912, so over, 110 years old now. This wine, I think, is a terrific example of this style that McLaren Vale does really well, this GSM style, Grenache Shiraz Mourvedre. Let's have a taste of this wine. And the nose is extraordinary. The nose is, it really reflects the soil that it comes from, and the ferrous character of the soil, the iron content of the soil and the rocks of the vineyard comes through very strongly in that wine. It smells like a rusty bucket, like dried blood, all of these other descriptors that we can use, which don't sound all that inviting really when you apply them to a wine, but they describe the aspects of the nose that are really, really different and distinguishing and I don't know, savoury rather than fruity. Have a taste. And that is a serious red wine. That is full-bodied, a lot of structure, a lot of power, a lot of depth, plenty of tannin. Lots and lots of tannin. It really coats your mouth. But it's not astringent. It's not astringent. And it's very, very pleasant. It's a cleansing sensation that the tannin gives you. Terrific length of flavour, great detail, a fascinating wine. The dish we've recommended to go with this wine is a rack of lamb, roasted with rosemary. And I think just about anything, a good hearty dish that involves lamb would be great with this wine. The wine we're tasting today is Hardy's Tintara Cabernet Sauvignon 2019. Hardy's, of course, is one of the great names of McLaren Vale. They're still based in McLaren Vale, although they're owned by a big company now called Accolade. Established in 1853, which is very proudly proclaimed on the front label here. Let's have a sniff. And there's no doubting the variety there. The Cabernet comes through very strongly on the nose. Black currants, mulberries, a little bit of briary or brambly character. That sort of smell like you stick your nose into a wild bush of wild raspberries. It's got some autumn leaf kind of, leaf litter kind of aromas, which are also very typical of Cabernet. And a really good medium-bodied Cabernet. Soft tannins. Cabernet can be quite firm in the tannin department. This is soft. The tannins are very much there. It wouldn't be Cabernet without tannin like that, but the tannins are supple and balanced. Lovely wine. The flavours of that wine go on quite long. It's a good length of finish. I really enjoy that. And we've said that the dish to have this would be a good lamb tagine. So that's a Middle Eastern or a Moroccan style dish really, with fruit cooked with the meat. And in this particular dish, there is quince involved in the tagine. So quince will give you that sweetness and that little burst of fruitiness in that stewed kind of dish, which will be delicious with a wine like this. Good health. If you've enjoyed this, follow us and subscribe to The Real Review.